Good morning. I've got your energy stories for the fourth week of June 2022, and let's jump right into some battery talk. Last week, the New York State Public Service Commission approved a 135 megawatt battery storage system, duration not specified, at the site of a Astoria generating station, a 959 megawatt fuel oil and natural gas plant in Queens, New York, just outside of Manhattan. Meanwhile, in California, Tesla and Pacific Gas and Electric have agreed to develop a virtual power plant using Tesla's distributed Powerwall battery systems. This follows Tesla's voluntary pilot last year, in which owners participated but didn't get paid. The new program is a lot more lucrative. With participants receiving $2 per kilowatt hour, Tesla claims an ability to aggregate up to 50,000 Powerwall systems in the program, with each system that participates not discharging below a specified level in order to keep backup energy available in the event of a power outage. Staying behind the meter, linear generator company Mainspring has just indicated that its on-site generation technology has achieved a unique capability, that is, the ability to run on fossil fuels like natural gas, but also on 100% hydrogen or ammonia without any major alterations. These things work by harvesting the energy of two oscillators that move back and forth as a result of the reaction between fuel and air in a central chamber. And CEO Shannon Miller indicates that with power electronics and software, the company can, quote, adjust to different fuels without having to change the hardware out. No other engine maker is there yet. So this is a one-of-a-kind characteristic. NextEra has made a big commitment already to financing, and companies like grocery giant Kroger's are using the fossil versions on site already. Well, as the offshore wind juggernaut picks up speed, it's going to be increasingly important to ensure we address this opportunity in a coordinated and efficient manner. It's pretty easy to imagine a case where we build too many ports, or each state has one and not all of them are essential. Likewise with manufacturing facilities and even coordination of installation vessels. So it's gratifying to see the Biden administration launching a formal partnership with 11 East Coast governors to bolster and coordinate the industry. So then, of course, there's Virginia with its Governor Youngkin going on its own as he moves to withdraw the state from the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative to manage carbon. Not much worth commenting there, but Forrest Gump might have something to say. On to electric vehicles, where we will discuss range and charging. Wenatchee, Washington's Link Transit Agency, announces it has been wirelessly charging 12 buses for 3 years with an inductive system from Momentum Dynamics. Operating costs are about half that of the diesel counterparts. They use 4 300 kilowatt inductive charging stations, each with 75 kW modules. The wireless charge setup with no depots and no charging cords allows the buses to grab some juice during short layovers, permitting them to operate 12 to 14 hours daily, even during frigid winters. Link Transit plans on adding another 11 BYD e-buses next year, all to be wirelessly charged. Of course, better EV range can also help minimize the number of charging stops, and we're beginning to see improved battery tech that will help in this regard. Michigan startup Our Next Energy announced an agreement with BMW to demo its SUV iX Electric with mixed chemistry battery tech called Gemini that may offer 600 miles of range. Expected to be ready by year's end, the prototype battery pack will employ different chemistries for different purposes, with one delivering power and the other energy, while cutting lithium use by 20%, graphite by 60%, and reducing nickel and cobalt content as well. It's nice to see some good old US technology and ingenuity coming into its own. So it's very heartening to see that some silicone manufacturing for solar panels is coming back to the US. Korean company Hanwha Solutions is reopening the shuttered REC silicon plant in Washington State to make 16,000 metric tons annually. That's equivalent to about 25% of US solar industry demand. With the Forest Labor Protection Act now coming into play as of this week, affecting silicon imports from Xinjiang, China, the timing could not be better. Ironically, it takes a Korean company, Hanwha, which also operates the largest U.S. solar panel factory, to revitalize the U.S. solar market and fashion a made-in-America supply chain from raw materials to finished products. News this week that 4 major U.S. solar project developers are joining forces, committing to purchase 7 gigawatts of domestically made solar panels annually, starting in 2024. AES, Clearway Energy Group, Cypress Creek, and D.E. Shaw Renewable Investment have formed the U.S. Solar Buyer Consortium and issued an RFP to find qualified domestic manufacturers that can enter into a long-term strategic partnership capable of supplying that quantity of modules. Well, thanks for watching. That's all for this week, and we'll see you again next week.